Hello folks, it's Dave here, and today I'm going to give you a quick review of this guy, Transformers Legacy Armada Universe Starscream in the Voyager class. I received this guy just a couple of days ago from In Demand Toys here in the UK, and he is excellent. Just going to get straight to the point. Really good looking Transformer, lovely toy, or action figure if you prefer, and he definitely fits that description. He's got lots of articulation, looks really good, so let's have a look at him first of all. You can see he is a really good representation of the character from the show. Just got the fins sticking out the knees, good mix of colours, the reds, the blacks and the greys. The blue on the cockpit is sort of like almost a speckled effect on it, looks almost metallic, really nice looking on there. Nice details around the chest. It's got gold paint inside the chest cavity, black just underneath, some nice moulded detail, like 3 dots under there. And then on the shoulders he's got some yellow paint inside the black paint. The wings have got the Decepticon logo and a red stripe down. It's shoulder cannons, got black around the outside, gold paint on the inside. Nice head sculpt, the grey on the head crest and the face, and he has lovely yellow eyes, which won't really show up on the camera here properly. But looks really good in person, and even round the back he cleans up really nicely. They've gone to some effort here. They've filled in the back of the legs with a piece, filled in the back of the arms with a flap there, and then all of this bit, some nice detailing on that bit at the back as well. Lots of nice moulded in detail, and again even here on those pieces for the back of the legs. So you're not going to see that often, just lovely moulded in detail. It's great that they've gone to that effort. Let's have a look at his articulation then, shall we? So he's got an ankle tilt, not as deep as a lot of modern figures, but just a little ankle tilt. It does go the other way a little bit. His foot goes back a long way and forward, and he can sort of lean over his toes just a little bit. This bit folds in half for transformation, and then he's got a knee bend just a bit further than the 90-degree point there, and then his legs, got lots of articulation here, kicks up way to the side, back right behind his head, forward a long way. You do have to angle out slightly to the side to get around that nose cone. Excellent range of articulation there. He does have a waist swivel, which again is somewhat hindered by the nose cone. If you fold out this bit here, the fin on the side of the cockpit, you can get a little bit more motion than if that's folded in. And then coming up here, he's got shoulders, will turn, will also fold up like that. And there's another piece underneath which you can also rotate down as well, and inside there's a pin, and that piece moves side to side. That's for transformation really, but you can use it in bot mode if you want to. He's got rotation at the bicep and a double elbow bend, and unfortunately nothing at the wrist. This just goes up and down for transformation, but no rotation at the wrist. And then he's got rotation at the head, and his head goes up and down on a ball joint that's towards the rear of the head. The wings will rotate backwards and forwards and also fold right back. He does have the famous shoulder cannons, as seen on his original toy and in the show of course. And you can detach the back, fold that piece up and fold it down to get those out of the way, which gives you better access to get some more rotation on the head. Overall, lots and lots of articulation to play around with. Can't wait to see the guys who take photos of these, like Jamie on Transformers the Show and so on, get hold of this guy and do some fantastic photos, I'm sure, with him. Let's have a look at his accessories next. He comes with the sword, which emulates on his original toy. This wing here could detach and turn into a sword. In the show, it sort of appeared in a flash of light, more or less, and then looked pretty much like this in the show. So that's a good representation. It does have some gaps down the back of it, unfortunately, but otherwise some nice moulded in detail and looks really good. He also comes with this Star Saber. Again, pretty good representation of how it looks in the show. It is a combination of 3 Minicons, and they've sort of moulded in some detail so it sort of looks like you've got aeroplanes and stuff making it up. And it's a nice colour of blue, and again you can hold that. They have, with both the weapons, put pegs on the sides of them so you can alternately attach them to the 5mm holes on his legs, arms, behind his wings, etc. So plenty of options if you want to put his weapons in different places. So they're really nice. The other thing you can do, of course, with these shoulder cannons, you've got the holes in the front. We can stick some blast effects in those. And he's got lasers firing out there. Very good. So yeah, as I say, it's going to be cool to see what the photographers can come up with this guy. And he is a lovely, lovely, lovely bot. Let's give you a couple of quick comparisons. So here he is next to Siege Starscream. You can see they look good together. 2 different Starscreams from 2 different continuities, both excellent toys. And here he is with another Legacy figure. And here's Knockout, a deluxe scale figure, so you can see how they work out together. Both really nice. So let's get him into his alt mode, shall we? So first of all, let's just start fiddling with some bits. This alt mode, very, very reminiscent of his original toy. I don't have the original Armada Starscream toy, but I do have the Skywarp that shares the mould. I should show you him really. Here he is. There you can see the sword that I was talking about, and you can see how that resembles very much. This does have slight remoulding on some parts, but very similar. Obviously a recolour of the original Armada Starscream toy. So the only tricky part on this transformation is the bit just behind the cockpit has a tendency to go right down inside. You can just push it back up from underneath. It's not a huge problem. But overall, it does feel nice and solid when you're doing this transformation, which is good. Nothing feels fragile, nothing feels like you're going to have trouble or you're going to break it. These panels in the back of the legs, you can get them out with your finger, but it's a little bit easier just to pull them out with one of his weapons or a spudger or whatever. And yes, very, very similar in many ways to the transformation of the original toy. And yeah, very good. Lots of fun. Not too complicated, but just some little intricacies in places. And there we go. And those panels that came out of the back of his legs do come together and fill in the back of his alt mode, so that's nice. Again, just that little panel behind the cockpit just keeps popping down inside. And then the arms, as I say, you need to pull them out and then they'll fit in tidily. The hands go in underneath these panels and hide up again. Really good transformation, this. And it's nice because sometimes with modern Transformers they are a little bit complex, don't mind that, but then they have things rubbing against each other during the transformation and you can feel a little bit worried that maybe you're going to break something. I don't feel that way with this one. It feels like everything is just going where it's supposed to be. It feels nice and robust. So there he is, Armada Starscream in his lovely jet mode, looking like he's flown straight out of the cartoon. Very, very good. You can see again those lovely moulded details and the metallic looking blue on the cockpit, the fins sticking out from the side, some lovely moulded detail on top of the laser cannons there. The paint inside here, the red stripes around the wings, the Decepticon logos again there, the wings at the back, and cleans up really, really nicely even underneath. Looks nice and tidy from the sides and from the back there. You can see that piece I was talking about where it's filled out with the panels from the back of the legs. So yeah, he's really, really nice. And again, in this mode you can flip forward these and you could put the blast effects in to fire in that direction. Maybe you put some blast effects in the back this way and have him flying off. Really, really cool. Loving the look of this. And then let's have a look at a bit of weapon storage. So his Starsaber sort of homages the original toy, which had a minicon which could tab in underneath the front cockpit. So the Starsaber can tab in underneath the cockpit there. That's a nice touch. And his other weapon can go in the ports under the wings, on the side of these engine blocks, if you like. Or you can use the gaps on the back of it and sort of attach it underneath, which I don't think is intended, but it does hold in under there. And that's quite nice. Let's take that one off now, and that one, and let's give you a couple of comparisons then for the alt mode. First of all, this is the Siege Seeker alt mode, the Sparkless Seeker from the War for Cybertron Netflix line, so you can see how they go together. I think they look nice together. And another Siege one for you. We'll go with the car mode this time. You've got Siege Red Alert. Of course there was a Red Alert in Armada 2, not this guy. And perhaps we will get a new update of the Armada Red Alert at some point in the future. We know we're getting Hotshot. We've seen Optimus Prime in the Legacy Evolution artwork, and there is a rumour of a Armada Megatron as well. And then hopefully we'll get some more, because there's some really nice designs in Armada. And this is a fantastic, fantastic bot. So guys, if you don't have this, I would definitely recommend it. As I say, looks great in both modes, fun to transform, feels nice and solid and robust. And yeah, very, very good. So guys, let me know if you have this. What do you think of him? If you don't have him yet, or you're planning on getting him, do you think he looks good? I love him. And I hope you will too. So guys, thank you for watching this. This has been my review of Legacy Armada Universe Starscream, a fantastic bot. Thank you for watching this as always, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys.